Thank you for joining us. Today we will be exploring Orphic mythology, taking a look at the myth of its founder Orpheus, and a brief overview of the Orphic beliefs and practices, and retelling the Orphic creation myth, the Rhapsodic Theogony. Orphic mythology originates from the Orphic mystery cult, a Hellenistic religious movement in ancient Greece. This cult was inspired by the teachings and hymns attributed to the mythical poet Orpheus. Although no complete historical account of this religion exists, evidence suggests that by the 5th century BC, an Orphic movement was active. It consisted of wandering priests who shared teachings and performed initiations based on a body of myths and doctrines believed to have been founded by Orpheus. The true nature of the Orphic rituals and beliefs remains speculative, as ancient and modern scholars alike have only fragments of information. However, archaeological discoveries like the Orphic tablets and the Deathini papyrus have provided valuable insights into the group's unique mythology and religious practices. The figure of Orpheus is central to Orphic mythology, but his historical existence is shrouded in legend. According to myth, Orpheus was a legendary poet, musician, and prophet from Thrace, renowned for his musical abilities that could charm all living creatures, even inanimate objects. Although various accounts differ slightly, they consistently describe him as being of Thracian origin, born near Mount Olympus. Orpheus was believed to be the son of the muse Calliope and either the Thracian king Oeagrus or the god Apollo, according to the poet Pindar. Regarded as the greatest musician and poet who ever lived, Orpheus was celebrated as the father of songs by ancient writers. Orpheus possessed a voice of divine beauty that could enchant all who heard it. When he was first given a lyre as a young boy, he mastered the instrument effortlessly. According to legend, neither gods nor mortals could resist the magic of his music, and even the rocks and trees would move of their own accord to be closer to his melodies. His haunting and transcendent music stirred the minds of those who listened, inspiring them to contemplate the supernatural and opening their thoughts to extraordinary ideas and philosophies. Orpheus is also known for his role in the tale of Jason and the Argonauts, where he used his musical prowess to save the crew from the enchanting sirens of Sirenum Scopoli, who lured sailors to their doom with their mesmerizing songs. Orpheus countered the sirens by playing his lyre, singing a melody so beautiful that it drowned out their voices, ensuring the safety of the Argonauts. According to the ancient poet Phanocles, Orpheus became the lover of Calais, the son of Boreas, the god of the north wind, further highlighting his legendary influence. One of the most famous myths about Orpheus is his descent into the underworld to retrieve his beloved wife, Eurydice, who had died from a snakebite. Grieving deeply, Orpheus ventured to the underworld, using his magical music to pacify all obstacles, including Cerberus, the three-headed guardian of Hades. Orpheus moved even Hades and Persephone to tears with his mournful melodies. Hades agreed to let Eurydice return to the living world on one condition: Orpheus must not look back at her until they both exited the underworld. Tragically, Orpheus doubted her presence behind him and turned around just before reaching the surface, causing Eurydice to vanish back into the underworld forever. Orpheus returned to the world above, consumed by grief and guilt. Orpheus met a tragic end at the hands of the Maenads, female followers of Dionysus, who tore him apart. This violent death is attributed to his rejection of the Maenads' advances, possibly due to his grief over Eurydice or his preference for the company of men. In another version, the playwright Aeschylus suggests that Dionysus sent the Maenads to kill Orpheus because he disrespected all gods except Apollo. Despite his brutal death, Orpheus's severed head continued to sing and eventually became an oracle on the island of Lesbos, where it was worshipped as a shrine for prophecy. Orphism was distinct from other ancient Greek religious practices due to its unique beliefs: metempsychosis, reincarnation. From the Titan's ashes and Dionysus's remains, humanity was born. Embodying a dual nature, divine soul from Dionysus and corrupt flesh from the Titans. This duality introduced the concept of good and evil, binding human souls to a cycle of reincarnation. Souls, the essence of Dionysus Zagreus, were believed to be trapped in a cycle of rebirth due to the wickedness of the Titans. To escape this cycle, followers had to undergo Orphic initiation rites, asceticism and purity. Orphics possibly practiced strict vegetarianism, celibacy, and non-violence, Gaia, to purify their souls. The aim of the Orphics initiates were to escape the cycle of reincarnation via initiation rites, diet, and lifestyle. However, the claim that Orphics practiced strict vegetarianism and celibacy is based on interpretations of ancient texts, but concrete evidence detailing these practices is limited. But the extent and nature of these practices remain subjects of discussion. Monotheistic elements. They emphasize the worship of Dionysus as the supreme deity. Gold leaf tablets found in Orphic graves provided instructions for navigating the afterlife, including avoiding the river Lethe of forgetfulness and drinking from Mnemosyne of memory to retain knowledge and join the gods. The Orphic tablets offer insights into beliefs about the afterlife and the soul's journey. Attributing them directly to a cohesive Orphic doctrine is speculative, as these artifacts may represent a broader spectrum of religious beliefs in ancient Greece. The Orphic creation myth is closely linked to the Orphic hymns attributed to Orpheus. It shares similarities with Hesiod's Theogony, but also shows influences from Near Eastern and Egyptian creation myths. Much like other ancient Greek mythologies, the Orphic cosmology has variations. Here is Rhapsodic Theogony version.
What was at the very beginning cannot be explained or understood. It can only be spoken of indirectly because there is no way to comprehend something in which its points of differentiation have yet to be expressed. It is called the beginning which cannot be spoken. It is not created. It did not come to be. It has always been. It is there before anything else. It is there at the beginning. It is now and will always be. Orpheus, the founder of mysteries, tells us that within this undifferentiated mixture are earth and water, and it is from the dance of these two that everything which is comes to be. For ageless Kronos, the god of time, was moved by Ananke, the goddess of necessity, and gave birth to Aether and a limitless chasm, chaos, which extended in every direction, and everything was in tumult. In the Aether, time formed a silvery egg, the offspring of Aether and chaos. In a burst of divine brilliance, the egg cracked open, and from its golden shell emerged Phanes, the firstborn deity, also known as Protogonos, Eros, Metis, and Erechopaios. Phanes shone with an indescribable radiance. His form was breathtaking, an androgynous being with golden wings that spread across the cosmos, a lion's head crowned with serpents, and eyes that blazed with celestial fire. Now Phanes caused many things to occur. He built an everlasting dwelling for the immortal gods. He brought forth Selene the moon, and for the ephemeral beings, he made a world separate from the immortals, with natural laws, and a sun as their lord, neither too cold nor too hot, but appropriate for their needs. These things he, Erechopaios, the first king, made from his seat in the misty darkness of the cave of his daughter Nyx. O glorious Phanes, you are justice, prudence, and truth, begotten of night, who shines with stars. And thus did he divide the world between gods and mortals. With his creative power, Phanes brought forth Nyx, a goddess of beauty, wrapped in shadows, draped in veils of darkness. Yet, she was not a mere absence of light. Nyx was the keeper of mysteries, the guardian of dreams, and the mother of destiny. To her, Phanes passed the scepter of creation, making her the second ruler of the universe. Nyx took up this mantle with grace, weaving the fabric of existence from the threads of night and day. She danced across the sky, drawing constellations in her wake, her shadowed cloak scattering the dust of dreams upon the earth. From her, the primordial beings were born, ancient beings of immense power who would shape the world. Among them were Gaia, Earth, the nurturing mother of all life, and Ouranos, Sky, who arched above her, forming the heavens. Gaia and Ouranos gave birth to the Titans and the Cyclopes and the Hecaton Shears. But even as life flourished and the cosmos took form, the cycle of creation demanded change. Gaia's children are imprisoned in Tartarus by their father. Kronos, son of Gaia, rose against his father, Ouranos, severing his rule and casting him into the depths. Yet, fate wove its threads with intricate precision. Kronos himself was destined to fall, for prophecy spoke of a child who would overthrow him. In his fear, Kronos swallowed his children, but Rhea, his wife, saved the youngest, Zeus, hiding him away on the sacred isle of Crete. Raised in secret, Zeus grew strong, returning to challenge Kronos and free his siblings, the Olympian gods. In a cataclysmic battle, the Titans were defeated and bound deep within Tartarus, the shadowed prison beneath the earth. Yet Zeus's victory was not the end, but a new beginning. To secure his rule, and Zeus approaches Nyx for advice on how to order the universe. She advises him to surround the gods' heavenly abode with ether, the bright upper air. However, Zeus did the unthinkable. He swallowed Phanes, absorbing his essence and power, becoming the beginning, the middle, and the end of all. With this act, Zeus became the creator of a new order, shaping the world with a wisdom that spanned all time. In the silent halls of Olympus, where fate is woven and unwoven, Zeus, king of gods, looked upon the world with eyes filled with longing. He desired an heir, not just another son, but one who would rule over gods and mortals alike. And so, he turned to Persephone, the goddess who danced between the worlds of the living and the dead. In a night veiled in divine mystery, Zeus came to Persephone in the form of a serpent. From their union, a child was born, Dionysus Zagreus, the horned god, radiant with power, a deity destined to sit upon the throne of Olympus. Even in infancy, Zagreus was different. Unlike other divine children, he was born crowned with serpents and held a thunderbolt in his tiny fist, a gift from his father. The other gods watched in awe as he toddled through Olympus, a child of both life and death, destined to surpass them all. But Hera, queen of the gods, seethed with fury. This child was not hers. This son was not of her making. His birth threatened her own son's dominion, and so she hatched a plan. With whispered words, she roused the Titans, the ancient enemies of Olympus, and sent them forth with one command: destroy the child. The Titans descended upon Dionysus Zagreus as he played, their faces painted white with gypsum, their hands filled with toys, a spinning top, golden apples, knuckle bones, a mirror. Curious, the divine child paused, setting aside his thunderbolt to gaze into the mirror. And in that moment, as he reached toward his own reflection, the Titans struck. They seized him with their great hands, and he screamed, his voice echoing through the heavens. He transformed, shifting from one form to another, a lion, a bull, a serpent, a young boy once more. But the Titans were relentless. Piece by piece, they tore him apart. His divine blood stained their hands as they consumed him, devouring his flesh, gnawing on the very essence of a god. Only his heart remained. The heavens raged. Zeus, in his fury, struck the Titans down with his thunderbolts. Their bodies turned to ash, and from their scorched remains, the first humans were born a race forever tainted with both the divine essence of Dionysus and the wickedness of the Titans. Yet all was not lost. From the carnage, Athena emerged, her hands cradling a small, pulsing object, the heart of Dionysus Zagreus. She carried it to Zeus, who wept at the sight of his fallen son. With love and power, Zeus swallowed the heart, taking it into himself, and from that sacred act, Dionysus was reborn. This time, through Semele, a mortal woman, Zeus impregnated Semele with the heart of Dionysus, so he would walk the earth once more, not just as Zagreus, the lost heir, but as Dionysus, the liberator, the twice-born, the god of wine and ecstasy. His destiny had changed, but his essence remained the same. Dionysus became the savior, guiding souls through the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, showing them the path to divine freedom. And so the Orphic myth weaves the tale of creation, destruction, and rebirth, a cosmic cycle governed by time, ruled by light, and redeemed through Dionysus. It is a story of beginnings and endings, of gods and mortals, eternally intertwined in the dance of existence.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, may the tales of ancient myth continue to captivate and inspire.